in order to accomplish any major goals in your life, whether that be mentally, financially, spiritually, emotionally, which you should, as a man, from a male's perspective, have high levels of emotional control, being highly emotionally intelligent, or whether that be getting to the best shape of your life in the fitness realm, fitness industry, whether, you're a bodybuilder or not, whether you take steroids or not, or HGH, human growth hormones, or TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, whatever the case is, or trend, whatever, you have to change your identity. You have to switch that mentality and that mindset and that vitality. You have to. Because if you don't, then guess what? It means nothing. When it comes to making money, whether it be on the internet, social media, no matter what the blueprint is, whether the business model, every business model works, but it depends on the person. All of us are different. We need to have our own identities. Even if we're in the same field, the same niche or whatever, we are unique in our own ways, and we have to use our own uniqueness and leverage that to make our engagement or our content or whatever, or just ourselves personally as a human more interesting and different. Because if we're around everyone that's the same, we can't learn from each other. We can't grow with each other. Like, we just can't, because everyone's the same. It's like copy and paste of a new person, like just on a different person. That's not how it goes. Okay, that's what it. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that, or if they do, they're not willing to change their identity because they're too afraid to make that change and take that leap of faith to better themselves, and they're afraid that they won't be able to adjust to that new persona or that new lifestyle or that new mindset, or simply that people will judge them. They care too much of what people think. They're afraid to be judged, to be looked at, and it's like, oh my God, you're not going to get anywhere if you think about what other people think all the time. Be unapologetic. As long as you know you're doing your own thing, you're not bothering people, you're not being a menace to society, breaking laws or whatever, you're going to be good. Okay, take that risk, take that leap of faith. And I mean, in this society, in this generation, you might as well. Ain't nothing else better going on. Kind of like out with the old in with the new. It's like, bro, you're young, depending on how old you are. Especially as guys, as young men, we have to take these risks. With women, you can if you want to, but you don't need to. You could coast. You could expect a man to come and swoop you up and take care of you if you want. That's on you. But if you a guy, you try that, you're gonna be a bum, a lazy boy. Like, don't do that. Okay. And even on average, women, are willing to take risks for themselves, and do their own thing in some way, but they will still want a guy who's also doing something with himself. Every woman, no matter what their intentions are, good or bad, is gonna want a guy who's on a mission, on a purpose in life. They're gonna go for their best option, even if they waste their early years to party and mess around. Guess what? They're still gonna go for their best option, and whatever that is, whether it be financially for stability and comfortableness. Maybe that's why they marry him, getting with people and marrying them for the wrong reasons or whatnot. But you got to be able to read that too. You got to understand human nature, human psychology. And as you're shifting your identity, that's when you should be able to understand people more. If you want to get the best women, you got to be in the best shape. You can't be fat. You could get away if you're a skinny pencil neck, but even then, like, come on, get some meat on your bones. Get big, get swole. All right, you ain't got to get too big. There's no such thing as getting too big. Like, there's just no such thing. Unless you're a bodybuilder, a crazy bodybuilder like Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, Arnold, Tom Platz. Unless you have those type of crazy genetics and you're just blasting stuff crazy and still going crazy in the gym, you're not gonna look too big. So cut that excuse out. I can't stand guys who say that. Okay, it's just annoying. You see guys on the internet talking about that. I'm just like, alright, whatever. You know, I'm 165, 166 pounds now, 5'11", so, we slowly up in the weight, in our, weight and everything. But best believe this is not my final form, but I guarantee you, in order for me to get to where I got to so far in my fitness journey, to almost bench 225 for one rep max, I literally had to shift my identity into a bodybuilder's mentality and how to go about the reps, go about the sets, how to control the weight, and to believe that you're controlling the weight. You control the weight, you can control your life. Okay, you get me? You got me? Good. That's what it takes. Whether it be in any sort of business, you have to have that mental preparedness for whatever your unique skills and traits are, how to apply it to whatever business you want to do, whether it be a physical business where there's a store, might have some overhead costs or whatever, or whether it's an online business, whatever product or service you're trying to sell. Be unique, be different. Who's ever in your competition, you can study them and try to see how you can put your own unique twists and turns on it and do it your way. That was not just a copy and paste replica. You got to make it, kind of even out the playing field. But without shifting your identity, you won't accomplish nothing. And a lot of people go through life being the same person. And I don't want to do that. I've always wanted to be different. I've always been different. I've always done unethical things at times, even when I was younger. Pretty rebellious kid in school. Could have been way worse compared to what others have done. So I like to say I've gotten the lighter end of the stick. But nonetheless, just challenging your own norms and beliefs and willing to take that risk. It's not that hard. It may be hard in the beginning, but once you make it non-negotiable and you really lock in, you will start to see your life change for the better in every part of your life that you so choose to focus on. Okay? But that's the end of this video. Quick, sweet, straight to the point. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you turn on the post notifications, that way you get notified every single time I drop a video. If this resonated with you, save it, watch it again. If you know someone who wants to take big risks but don't know how, send them this video. Identity shifting is everything. Mentality, vitality, abundance, discipline, all of that goes in hand. All right. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if this is the type of content you may want to see. Comment down below any other future videos that you want to see on the channel. And until next time, I'm going to see y'all in the next one.